6 березня.
March the 6th, it's the Ukraine 4 Media Center. I'm Svetlana Chiparenko, and let's talk about the Poland's border blockade. Andrii Demchenko is the spokesperson for the State Border Guard Service of Ukraine. Hello. What's the current situation at the border with Poland? How many trucks blocked? The situation is practically unchanged. The Polish farmers keep blocking and limiting the trucks being a certain distance away from the border, but on blocking highways leading to the border. It's 6 highways: Яготин checkpoint, Сталухів, Грівень, Раворуська, Шегінів, and Краківець checkpoints. And totally, as of this morning, on all those six points at the territory of Poland, standing in lines, there are 2,300 plus trucks that wait to be allowed to pass into Ukraine. 2 checkpoints are the heaviest: Краківець and Ягодин. At each of the checkpoints, the Polish farmers operate differently. For instance, at Ягодин checkpoint, recently the Polish farmers have not been allowing through the Ukrainian trucks from Ukraine into Poland, so 0 trucks. But a certain number of trucks they allow to go into Ukraine, like about 70 trucks over the course of the last 24 hours. Previous day, 50 trucks. Also, Shahini checkpoint situation is tough. Friday through Monday, the Polish farmers did not allow any trucks to pass through the checkpoint in both directions, into Ukraine and out of Ukraine into Poland. Come Monday, they decided that they would allow about 10-12 trucks to be allowed through every 12 hours. So yesterday, some of the trucks that go from Ukraine into Poland also were allowed to go through. Well, if we compare with the situation last day, the number of crossings was 60 trucks in both directions, which is way below the payload of this checkpoint. Last day, about 70 trucks went into Ukraine. Again, the numbers small because daily just one checkpoint can let 12 to 1,400 trucks both ways within 24 hours. But as for private cars and buses with passengers, the Polish farmers allow the crossing of the border unimpeded. What about other western borders of Ukraine? Probably some of the trucks are trying their luck elsewhere. We currently observe lines of waiting trucks to come into Ukraine at 3 checkpoints. Uzhhorod with Slovakia, as of 600 trucks this morning. Tisa checkpoint, that's Hungary, towards Ukraine, about 1,000 trucks were waiting, and about 400 trucks at Dyakova checkpoint, that's again the border with Romania. So here the traffic is quite intense both ways. but because of the blocking at the Polish side of the border, the drivers are trying to find any other alternative routes to cross the border, which causes the lines of waiting trucks. Similar situation happened when the traffic was blocked by Polish carriers in last November and December. What would your service recommend to the truck drivers coming from Poland into Ukraine? Well, the drivers and the carriers choose the routes, especially bringing in some commodities with a targeted checkpoint in mind. So the blocking is an ongoing process, and previously in open sources we read statements from the Polish farmers that they will continue with their actions until March the 10th. But now we learned that they want to prolong until sometime in April. So small doubt that the situation would be resolved in the nearest future. Of course, the Ukrainian authorities are in constant contact with the Polish counterparts, trying to deblock the border, but the status quo remains the same. So, knowing that, the truck drivers and carriers should cross the borders elsewhere, not over the Polish border. Would you have any questions? Ms. Demchenko from Ukrinform. What's the current situation with Belarus border? The situation at the border with Belarus remains unchanged. Our main objective is to have well-defended, strengthened border area to be ready for any changes across the border. But currently Russia doesn't have enough troops on the Belarus ground to mount any offensive against Ukraine. Of course, Belarus keeps supporting Russia in this war that was waged against us. So we need to be ready for any scenarios. So our military intelligence people are monitoring the situation across the border, the trends, and so if there would be any steps identified that the Russian troops are being amassed in Belarus, well, we will respond respectively. That was the spokesperson, Andrii Demchenko of the State Border Guard Service about the situation at the border with Poland. And we're back at 1 p.m. We'll talk about destruction of enemy battleships and the current situation in Black and Azov Seas.
Один, два, три, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1.